In this video, we're going to take a look at the personal gallery, how to personalize the gallery within the Smart Notebook. So over here on the left-hand side of my screen, I have the page sorter up right now. I'm going to go ahead and click on Gallery. You'll notice that the gallery that shows up, you have a My Content, Online Resources, Essentials for Educators in this gallery sampler. If I open up the Essentials for Educators, you'll notice there's a large collection of items in here. Now this will vary depending on which galleries were loaded on your computer at any given time, but you can see there's quite a collection there that you can use. The piece that we're going to look at today is this My Content, and you'll notice that when I click on it, there's nothing in it. So we're going to add some items to this, and I'm going to start by adding these items from one of these pages right here. So I have a page up that has some objects on the page. I have an object of Earth, Mercury, Venus, and the planets. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click on My Content and say New Folder. I'm going to call this Planets. So now I have a Planets folder. Now, to add items to this, I simply click the object and I drag it to my gallery. So it drops it in there. You'll notice it says Notebook. Well, I'm going to go ahead and rename that simply by clicking on this. I'm going to say Earth. Let's go ahead and add another one. Here's Mercury. Click. There's Mercury. You can also add these by dragging them to the folder. So here's the folder I created, Planets. And we're going to call that one Planets. And the last object I'm going to add is Venus. All right. So now I have these objects in my content. So if I look at my gallery page, you'll notice I now have this plus sign here. If I click that, I expand, and there are the 4 items that I have in my gallery. So let's see how we would use this. If I were to add another page, here's a blank page, and I want to add some objects from my gallery onto this page. So I'm teaching the class, and maybe I'm going to be talking about the planets. So I can just drag that object out and resize that object. And we can talk about the planets now and say we have 9 planets. Well, that is until recently when Pluto was demoted from a planet to another object in space. So we are now dealing with 8 planets. The first planet around the solar system is Mercury, and it's the one that's closest to the Sun. And so you can see as I talk, we have Mercury, Venus, and Earth. This is our planet. Earth is the 3rd planet from the Sun, and this is where we are. So you can see I can drag these objects out of the gallery onto a page. Let me add another page here, and let's talk a little bit about Earth. What do we know about Earth? So at this point, if I had a pen in my hand, I could go ahead and write. I'll just go ahead and write something here, and I'll just say, writing with my mouse now. So we have Earth, or you can go ahead and type information here. Okay, and we can change the size of that font, and let's make it like a 28. 3rd planet from the Sun. Now you'll notice that each of these are objects by themselves. So I can move the writing around, I can move the text I typed around, of course I can still move the Earth around. Alright, one last thing, if I wanted to find find an object online and place it in my gallery, we'll take a look at that in the next clip.